Hey, 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 what's going on? Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. It's your girl, Dr. V. I'm running a little slower this morning, but I am taking full advantage of this time, right? Come on in, you guys. Let me share this. I am so super excited, you guys. Super excited about what's going on. Come in, come in, come in. Hey, Carolyn, how are you, beautiful? You guys, let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from while I sip my coffee, y'all. Yes, good morning, gorgeous. Happy Friday. Hey, Eileen, how are you, beautiful? So, you guys, listen. I had to come on because I need to share this word with you guys. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Today is day 10 of the fast, right? We're on day 10. Like, it's been going pretty smoothly. Like, I'm really impressed. I even fixed Roteo for my family and did not eat it. And I had hamburger in it. I love Roteo, but I didn't eat it. Y'all, so listen, I've been staying true. I've been staying focused. I did take a taste of some fish. It was a bite, but it was so freaking good. When I get off this fast, I know I'm going to get that fish. That fish was good. But listen, I have been watching God move in this fast, and I've been watching him move in an accelerated way, exponentially. And I'm watching him move, not just in my life, but in the lives of other people. And one of the things that I love about this God that I serve, my God, I don't know who you serve, but I'm talking about my God. My God is so amazing because our lives are interconnected and intertwined. And when we understand that and we are moving in the same direction simultaneously, we're all benefiting at the same time. And I'm watching it happen right before my very eyes. And so I'm super excited today because I believe that today's word, today's devotion, today's lesson is going to help you to move forward exponentially. Why do I say that? Because sometimes what's holding us up is place. Now, listen, we've been talking about a lot of different things. We started out with purging, then we dealt with purpose, then we dealt with people, then we deal with place. So here we are back to place. So today, our scripture comes from Mark chapter 6, verse 6b through 11. 6b through 11, Mark chapter 6. And I'm reading from the New Living Translation, and the word reads, "Then Jesus went from village to village, teaching the people. And he called his 12 disciples together and began sending them out 2 by 2, giving them authority to cast out evil spirits. He told them to take nothing for their journey except a walking stick, no food, no traveler's bag, no money. He allowed them to wear sandals, but not to take a change of clothes. Wherever you go, he said, stay in the same house until you leave town. But if any place refuses to welcome you or listen to you, shake its dust from your feet as you leave to show that you have abandoned those people to their fate." My God. Let me read that again. "Wherever you go," he said, "stay in the same house until you leave town. But if any place refuses to welcome you or listen to you, shake its dust from your feet as you leave to show that you have abandoned those people to their fate." Mark 6, 6b through 11. Now listen. Hold on, because I need y'all to hear me real good. Sometimes you have to shake the dust from your feet because people are not listening. Sometimes you have to shake the dust from your feet because people are not listening and leave them to their own fate. I know y'all don't want to do that, but sometimes you have to. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's the only way that they get it. You have to leave them to deal with what they got to deal with, to experience what they have to experience so that they can figure it out. So this is what it says. When Jesus speaks, I am definitely listening. When it's in the red writing, okay? I love the red letter Bibles that places the words of Jesus in red ink. I told y'all. I like to imagine that the red is the blood that he shed for me and for you. I get excited when I get to those red words because I know that's not what someone else said. Those are words that came straight out of Jesus. I'm definitely listening. I would be lying if I said that I give all the words in the Bible the exact same weight, because when God and Jesus are speaking, they have my attention in a way that other writers of the gospel don't. So when Jesus speaks, I'm definitely listening. And the scriptures above are the words of Jesus. Jesus sent the disciples out in twos to preach the gospel, heal the sick, and cast out demons. They were hands and feet, and allowed him to be in multiple places at the same time. What I love about my Jesus is that he prepared them for the journey. He didn't prepare them the way we prepare missionaries or prepare for our own trips. He didn't give them a map or GPS, money or traveler's checks, clothes for the number of days they would be gone, or even a change of clothes, or multiple pairs of shoes to match their outfits. He did tell them to take a walking stick and one pair of shoes, but he gave them something much more valuable: instructions. Jesus told them in his instructions to stay in one house until they left the town. But if they did not welcome them or listen to them, then they were to leave and shake the dust from their feet. Shaking the dust from their feet showed that place, and those people were left to experience the consequences of their choices. You see, this Jesus was no stranger to rejection. Shabbat. For all of y'all who don't want to experience rejection, listen. Jesus experienced rejection, and he tried to prepare the disciples to experience it. He had been rejected earlier in the same chapter. He had been rejected by the people in his hometown. They didn't believe in him, minimized who he was, and disrespected him. He didn't get mad. He just left because he couldn't perform miracles in that atmosphere of doubt, disbelief, and disrespect. And he shared some great wisdom with the disciples as a result of his own experiences. If Jesus told the disciples to leave and shake the dust from their feet when they were not welcomed or listened to, then what do you think he's saying to us? Yet we think we can save everybody and make them listen to us even when they don't want us, and let alone welcome us. Well, I came to free you today from any guilt you might feel about leaving places and people. Jesus left and he told the disciples to leave. Now I'm telling you what Jesus said, which was leave. Leave. Leave, leave, leave. Shake the dust off your feet and do not look back. In this season of your life, more than ever, you do not have time to stay stuck in places where you are not welcome and they don't listen because you feel needed or guilty. The devil is a liar. You better get your stuff and leave that place before you die in the place of persecution when you should be on your way to the place of promise. Bam. Hold on 1 second. Let me read that one more time for me. Not for y'all, for me. You better get your stuff and leave that place before you die in the place of persecution when you should be on your way to the place of promise. Just like that. Wow. It is time to grow up and understand that leaving is a necessary part of life. It is a part that we often dislike, but that doesn't make it any less necessary. Today, I challenge you to examine the places of your life. Do they welcome you, celebrate you, and listen to you? Or do they doubt you, disbelieve you, and disrespect you? If it is the latter, then do what Jesus said and leave and shake the dust from your feet so that you can get to your place of promise. That was a hard one. Because we don't want to leave. We don't want to leave places. We don't want to leave people. We don't want to admit that they disrespect us and they don't listen to us and they really don't welcome us, but they use us. We don't want to admit that. Come on, y'all. But when we do, we free ourselves. We free ourselves to be in the place that God desires for us to be, the place of promise instead of the place of persecution. Imagine that. Imagine if you took the same energy and effort that you use in the place of promise, in the place of guilt, in the place of manipulation, in a place of promise, where you're loved, welcomed, and respected. What would happen to those gifts that you give? How would they be magnified? How would they be elevated? How would you be elevated? What would God do for you in that place versus the place where you're in struggle, you're in battle? Sometimes we want to stay a place to prove a point. We're determined to prove to them who we are. We're determined to prove that we're worthy. We're determined to prove that we're valuable. We stay in places and relationships trying to prove stuff that we shouldn't have to prove. They should know it. Let me tell y'all something about me and how I'm wired and where I am at this point in my life. At this point in my life, I'm not staying anywhere where I'm not welcomed. Wait, listen, let me tell y'all something. The only way I'll stay somewhere where I'm not welcomed, celebrated, and appreciated is if God says, stay. He got to tell me. He got to tell me stay. Other than that, I've learned the art of shake the dust off my feet and keep it moving. And sometimes you still got to shake the dust because it's time to go. I don't know about you. This is what I do know. I know that what God is doing in this season is supernatural. And I let my natural do what my natural does, but my faith is not in my natural. My faith is in God's super. See, I'm in a season where I'm reaping a harvest for all the seeds that I've sown in the past. And I'm not going to have to till all this soil. I'm not going to have to do all this work. Not that I won't have to do any work, but I'm not going to have to do all this work, right? And what God has been showing me is that he has positioned people to be blessings to me, to be a part of my journey, to be a part of my shift. And I don't push it. I don't push it. I don't push. I'm not fighting with you to be a part of it. I'm not doing any of that. But I'm going to tell you what I know for certain and for sure, without a doubt. I know that there's an anointing on me in this season that is running down like oil from Aaron's beard. And it's running down on everybody that's connected to me. It's running down on everyone who is attached to me. It's running down on everyone who is in business with me. It's running down on every one of my students. It's running down on everyone in my family, everyone in my house. Like that blessing is just running. It's running. It's running. It's running. It's running. And because of that, listen, I don't take lightly my connections. I'm not to be connected to everybody, and I'm good with that. But if I'm to be connected to you, and God has said that you're to be connected to me, when you fail to do that, you hold your own self up. You're not holding me up. I'm going to get what God has for me regardless. But I'm in a place in a season where he's positioned me to really bless his people and to bless them more than just financially. See, a lot of times we think the greatest blessing is financial. That's not the greatest blessing. That is a great blessing, but it's not the greatest blessing. The greatest blessing is you really knowing who you are. Baby, once you know who you are, you won't settle for no mess and no junk no more. So in this season, understand that the key to your promise is you understanding and knowing who you are. Stop trying to make people love, appreciate, and celebrate you who do not value and respect you. You're a way to get something done for them. You're a means to accomplish a goal for them. Y'all better wake up and open your eyes and really start seeing people for who they are and what they're doing. See, because if you don't, that's not on God. Because God is showing you, but you're not looking, or you're not heeding it, or you're not moving on it. You're not acting on it. And a lot of times we do that because we get comfortable. We get comfortable and we get scared to move. We don't want to move because we like the stability of the known. Even if that stability is fraught with drama, trauma, issues, disrespect, it doesn't matter. We know it. We know that that person is going to be disrespectful. We expect it, and so we settle for it. Y'all can stay in that season if you want to. It's not my season. I'm not there. I'm in a season where God is supernaturally doing some things and establishing connections and making links and making provision for me and for those that are connected to me. This is when I knew that what God is doing is so much bigger than me. Yesterday, I was having a conversation. I was teaching my psychology class. I teach at Everglades University. I teach at Kaiser's. Right now, I'm teaching at Everglades in Tampa. So I was teaching my psychology class. And we were talking about meditation. Now, I know some of y'all Christians were like, meditation, that's on the Bible. The word of God says, meditate and pray. Come on, y'all. We make stuff that it's not. And the world takes the stuff that God has given us and uses it to advance them. And we sit back looking at them like, oh, that's the devil. Come on, y'all. I need us to get a deeper level of understanding of the word of God and what God is saying. So anyway, we're talking about meditation, and I've done a meditation where, I help people to envision, to dream big, to dream of the things that they want, right? And really allow themselves to want something, because, church will have you convinced and feeling convicted for wanting stuff. I want things, nice things. I want money, lots and lots of money. I want money, lots and lots of money. Hey, I want the pie in the sky. I want it. I want to be rich. Oh, I want to be rich. I want to be rich, wealthy, overflowing, prosperous, right? I want all of that. And I don't just want it for me. I want it because when I have it, I can do more of the things that I want to do to help other people. So when you say, well, I don't need to be rich, I don't need a lot of money, I just need enough to get by, what you're saying to God is, I'm just concerned about doing enough for me. That's what you're saying. I'm not just concerned about me. I absolutely want nice things. But there are things that I want to do, schools I want to establish in other countries and around the U.S., things that I want to do to empower people, skills that I want to teach people. But all of these things require resources. And I'm real clear on that. That's why I want to be rich. Oh, I want to be rich. I'm telling y'all, billionaire. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I want to be on the cover of Forbes magazine, right there next to Oprah and the Queen. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm so crystal clear on this. So listen, I was sharing my vision board. We were talking about, we had done a meditation and they were saying what they had seen and how, they allowed themselves to dream, right? And so I was sharing my vision board, my vision boards, right? And it had it had the private jet on there. I don't have to own a private jet. I just need to have access to one. I don't have to own it. I don't want the maintenance, but I just need access. Okay. Private jet, travel, had all these different things on there. Love, the kind of love I want, relationship, how I want to feel in the relationship was on there. Not just I want to, no, I'm beyond that. I can have a relationship. I know how I want to feel in it. I know what I want it to look like, right? Not just look like on the outside, but I know what I need, right? It had God, preaching, prophesy. I didn't know that was going to translate into pastoring, but that's exactly what it did, right? God pulling me back into the pastorate. Then it had my psychological, my mental, being resilient, all of those things, right? So I had my card up there. I had what I wanted to do, what I want my trading to do for my school. I had my school on there, how I want my school to look, what I want the building to look like, the kind of atmosphere I want, like all of that. So I said this. Second quarter, this is already on my second quarter vision board because I did a second quarter vision board. What I'm focused on for second quarter, had my Tesla on it. Everybody that knows me for real knows I want a Tesla, royal blue Tesla, like it's bad. Like just that I want that Tesla, that one. And so then I said, and I'm not going to pay for it. I'm going to get a Tesla in the second quarter. That's April, May, June. And I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not using my money. And it's going to have a bow on it. Did y'all hear me? I'm getting my Tesla in the second quarter. I'm not using my money, and it's going to have a bow on it. It's going to be a gift. Why? Because I will have blessed someone so much so that they want to bless me. And they know that I want that car, and they're going to get it for me. Listen, you don't have to do everything yourself. Do you hear me? You don't have to do everything yourself. We get trapped in this notion that we got to do everything ourselves, and we don't. And I'm not. I'm telling y'all, this is my season to reap the harvest. And I'm not going to not reap the harvest. No, this is harvest season for me. I'm harvesting. I've sown seeds and I've poured into people and I've blessed people, and I've done that time and time and time and time again, and I still do it. But this is the season for the harvest to come in. So if I'm in a place that doesn't value me, doesn't respect me, doesn't treat me the way I need to be treated, I'm shaking the dust, because I don't have to be there. I don't have to be there. So I'm encouraging you, check your environment, check your places. This is why this fast is challenging, because it makes you look at stuff. Every time I do this fast, every time, I promise you, every time, there'll be some stuff that gets changed. Some things that change, some relationships that change, because I'm doing an assessment. Our problem is we won't do an assessment because we're afraid to really look at things for what they are. I'm not. It is what it is. And if I got to shake the dust, I'm shaking the dust. See, this is why Jesus came to be an example, right? This is why Jesus showed us. Jesus was not afraid to shake the dust. He called people, oh, you brood of vipers, you hypocrites. Like, Jesus was very real, okay? He's the original gangster. He's the OG, okay? Flipping tables, cracking whips, right? So don't be afraid to take the dust off your feet and leave people to experience what they experience. It's not your responsibility to fix everything for people. It's not your responsibility to make sure everything is good for everybody. It's not your responsibility. Stop accepting it as yours. If God sends you somewhere and you go there and you do what God says, and they don't receive it and they don't listen to you and they don't hear you and they don't welcome you and they disrespect you, exit stage left. I bet they'll think again. And if they don't, so what? Who cares? Because it's really not about them anyway. It's about you. It's about you being in the place of promise as opposed to the place of persecution. I made a decision for me in my life. I'm walking it out, baby. Baby, I'm walking it out. Head held high. And what? So today, the word is, if you're in a place where you're not welcome, where you're not listened to, where you're not received, shake the dust off your feet and keep it moving. Today's affirmation is this: I will only stay where I am welcomed, celebrated, and listened to. Leaving is a necessary part of my journey. And on that note, I must leave you. Listen, you guys, if you want to be a part of the Forward Focus 21 days to set focus and propel you into destiny fast, make sure that you go to the group Forward Focus 21, and join the group. Be a part of the journey, you guys. We are taking it to the next level. Every time we do this, we should go from glory to glory. If we're not going from glory to glory, something's wrong, okay? So let's go from glory to glory so God can get all of the glory. Listen, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. You guys be absolutely, unequivocally, and unashamedly blessed on today. You guys, I love you. Mwah.